Wow, we are going to learn so many cool things on this Homeschool Pop video. Alright, what's the first thing we should learn? How about tigers? A special thank you to the Smiley family who suggested that we make a tiger video. We're not able to do all the videos people suggest, but sometimes we are, and that's really awesome when that works out. Smiley family, we love the suggestions. Here we go. We're going to talk some tigers. We're talking tigers today. Well, I suppose we should start at the beginning. What are tigers? Well, tigers are massive cats with dark vertical stripes. Here's a picture of a tiger, right? Pretty recognizable, massive cats with those dark vertical stripes that you see. Now, most tigers have reddish-orange fur, but some have grayish-white fur, and you can look at both these pictures. Both these are tigers. That top one is the one most people think of. They usually think of the reddish-orange fur. Most tigers look that way, but not all of them do. But notice, all tigers have dark vertical stripes. That's what makes these cats really recognizable as tigers. Ooh, this is fun. Are you ready for a fun tiger fact? We're going to learn a fun tiger fact right now. Did you know tigers are the largest members of the cat family? It's true. They are the largest members of the cat family. So if anyone ever asks you in your life, what are the largest cats, you'll tell them tigers. Tigers! Tigers are the largest! How cool is that? If you think, what's the largest member of the cat family? Tigers. Tigers are huge. It's insane. Did you know tigers can get 11 feet long? That's a whole foot longer than a full-sized basketball goal. 11 feet. Huge. These are huge cats. And tigers can weigh as many as 660 pounds. They're super long, they're super huge, they are the biggest cats in the cat family. Tigers are huge cats. But tigers aren't always that size. Yeah, when they're babies, they are so small and so cute. Now, do you know what baby tigers are called? Uh-huh. They're called cubs. Tiger babies are called tiger cubs. Now, we're going to get some help from some friends of ours to find out what these baby tigers, these tiger cubs, sound like. Our first helper is Caleb. Go ahead, man. Wow! Whoa, buddy, that was awesome. That was so cool. Now we're going to get help from our friend Lydia. So cool. Thank you, Lydia. Caleb and Lydia, thanks for helping us out there. Wow, tiger cubs are awesome. Now this is interesting. The cubs stay with their mother until they are 2 to 3 years old, and then they're ready to move out on their own. That means most of you, if you were tigers, wouldn't even be cubs anymore. You would be grown-up tigers with your own territories, your own lands, and you would be in charge. Wow, we have another fun tiger fact just for you and everyone else who watches this video. Did you know tigers can't purr like other cats? Tigers can roar and make lots of noise. In fact, they usually just roar to communicate with other tigers, to let other tigers know, hey, this is my land, or hey, this is my family. Back up. You need to give me space. That's how they communicate. They roar. But they can't purr. They can't purr. Don't ask a tiger to purr. A tiger can't purr like other cats. Not like Mr. Whiskers, no. When Mr. Whiskers wants dinner, oh, the purring starts, and everything is good, everything is fine. But tigers, they just roar. They don't purr to get their way. They don't purr to communicate. They roar. I wonder if I can pet this tiger like I do Mr. Whiskers. No? Not a good idea? Alright, let's get out of here then. Okay, let's just move right along. Now, where do tigers live? Where can you find tigers in their natural habitat? Where do tigers live? Well, tigers live in the continent of Asia. Tigers live in Asia. Remember, Asia is in the top right-hand corner of the world map. It's colored yellow here on this map. So, while there are tigers in different parts in the world, in different zoos and other places, tigers are from Asia, and their natural habitat is in Asia. Tigers live in Asia. Can you say that with me? Say, tigers live in Asia. Oh my goodness, you gotta impress your friends with that. It's so cool that you know that. You gotta impress your friends. Tigers live in Asia. Now, unfortunately, a lot of the forests the tigers live in have been cut down. Thankfully, there are organizations like the World Wildlife Fund that protect the homes of these tigers so they can live their lives in peace and safety, because these are such amazing animals and they do deserve to have a safe place to call home. Wow, tigers, the largest cats in the world. They live in Asia. Their babies are called cubs. They don't purr and they need their homes to be protected. They're massive cats that are known for those dark vertical stripes on their coat that tells you, hey, I'm a tiger and I'm absolutely awesome. And we hope that after watching this video, you love tigers half as much as we do. This is such a heavy cart. Oh my goodness. It's hard work. You know, a lot of times learning can be hard work too, but we hope that these videos are really helpful and make learning fun so that learning isn't hard like pushing this cart. Oh my goodness. Alright, what's the next thing we should learn about? Let's learn about horses. That's gonna be so cool! Most recently, 6-year-old Scarlett asked for a horses video, but others have asked as well. And it's time! It's time, because horses are so cool. You're gonna learn some amazing facts about horses, and it's just gonna be awesome. Horses are large, domesticated mammals that are incredibly strong and smart. Do you know what the word domesticated means? It's a good question. What does the word domesticated mean? Domesticated means to be kept as a pet or on a farm. Now, that doesn't mean that all horses are domesticated, but in general, horses are domesticated mammals. While horses in general have been domesticated, there are some horses that live in the wild. Horses that live in the wild are called feral horses. So where do horses live? That's a great question. Where can you find horses? It's incredible. Horses live all over the world. Yeah, all over the world you can find horses, except places like, Antarctica. That's where the penguins live. Oh, little penguins, cute and small, you're not very big at all. At least compared to horses, right? I mean, look at these little guys. So horses pretty much live all over the world. And this is incredible. There are about 60 million horses in the world, okay? About 60 million horses in the world. Hey, just as a fun thing, sometime today, ask somebody, say, how many horses do you think there are in the world? And they're going to be like, I don't know, nobody knows that. And you'll say, hey, about 60 million horses. 60 million. Take that fact with you, put it in your pocket, you're going to love it. Now you have to check this out. It's so fascinating. Baby horses are called foals. Isn't that interesting? Baby horses are called foals. Foals are fascinating. Did you know they can stand shortly after birth and can even run just 2 hours after birth? 2 hours after they're born, they can literally run. Now, it's a very wobbly run, but they can run shortly after being born. It's absolutely incredible. A young female horse is a filly. Yeah, isn't that a neat name? A young female horse is a filly. A young male horse is a colt. Yeah, they're called colts. After its first year, a horse is called a yearling. You know, that makes sense. After a horse has been around for a year, you call the horse a yearling. Once a horse is 2 years old, that horse no longer is considered a yearling. After a horse passes that 2-year mark, that horse is still considered either a colt or a filly. And then, once a filly is older than 4, she is called a mare. And once a colt is older than 4, he is called a stallion. Let's summarize this with a simple chart. Ooh, the color gray, how fancy. So a young male horse, a colt, grows up to be a stallion, a grown-up male horse. A filly, a young female horse, grows up to be a mare, a grown-up female horse. With all of this growing, horses must eat a lot of food. Food must be really important to them. And food is, but they might not eat the things that you might think they eat. Horses are herbivores. The word herbivore means an animal that eats plants. Horses are herbivores. Horses eat plants, though they can be trained to eat meat, and if they're in a circumstance where they have to eat meat for survival, they will, or if they're given meat over a regular period of time, they could be like, oh, this is food too, but they are herbivores. They are animals that naturally eat plants. They love plants. They could be so healthy and so strong without ever having to eat meat. Next, we want to talk about horse eyes. Yeah, this is a big eyeball of a horse. Their eyes are absolutely amazing. Of course, your eyes have to be uncovered for you to see. Somebody get a comb. The horse can't. The eyes are covered. The eyes are covered. This is like the worst picture for us to show. When we're talking about the eyes, we can't even see the eyes of this horse. A horse's eyes are amazing. They can see in just about every single direction except directly behind them, and interestingly enough, directly in front of them. Which, if that doesn't sound impressive, it definitely should, because they can literally see every single direction other than those. I mean, they can see just about everything. Their eyes are amazing. But seriously, kids, do not stand directly behind a horse. That is totally serious, because the horse can't see there, and if that horse hears a sound that you make, that horse could actually kick you and hurt you, and the horse doesn't want to hurt you. So please, do not stand directly behind a horse. Ever. Okay? Because horses are so strong. You could see all the muscles on this horse. This horse is so strong. That's why horses have been used for thousands and thousands of years to pull heavy things, including carriages with people in it, all kinds of heavy things. Horses are so strong and powerful, and this horse is just literally taking a nap, lying down and just sleeping, because horses can fall asleep lying down or standing up. In fact, I bet this horse is napping. That's what I bet. I bet this horse is napping. You're napping through our video. Hey, did you know? Ponies are smaller types of horses. You may have been watching this video and thought, when are they gonna bring up the ponies, right? I love the ponies. Even though a pony's body is a little different as far as size goes, a pony is very, very similar to any other horse, being incredibly strong and incredibly smart. Which brings us to our final fact. Horses are incredibly smart. They're incredibly smart. Horses are able to communicate with each other through sounds and facial expressions. And horses have amazing problem-solving skills that can get them out of all kinds of jams. And sometimes it can get them in trouble, too. What amazing animals horses are. Oh, wow, look, it's the homophone cow. Homophone cow. Homophone cow? You're just walking, you're just gonna ignore me? I see how it is. Okay, so you're upset that we haven't included you in other videos. What do you call this? You know, you're in a compilation video. That's cool, too. Alright, I need to talk to the homophone cow. But in the meantime, let's learn about foxes. And again, thank you, Micah, for suggesting this video. Foxes are awesome. There's a lot of cool things to learn about them. Foxes are mammals that have triangular ears. That means their ears look like triangles, a pointed nose, whiskers, and a bushy tail. Amazing looking creatures. Now, we're going to need your help right off the bat here. What do you think? Does the fox belong to the same family as dogs or cats? Go ahead and look at this fox in this picture and make a guess. Does the fox belong to the same family as dogs or cats? What do you think? Go ahead and guess. Alright, let's see if you're right. Let's see. The fox is actually part of the same mammal family as dogs. Yes! Foxes are in the dog family. It can be a little bit confusing because foxes look so much like cats. They have whiskers like cats, their slender bodies are like cats, their eyes are like cats, they got the tail that's kind of like cats, their ears are kind of like cats. Very, very similar to cats, but they are actually part of the dog family. So when you think, oh, a fox is part of the dog family. Aw, family. Here's two family members just taking a break. The dog is about to sleep, and here's a fox that's just catching a nap. They probably don't know their family, but they are. They're like long-lost family. They're all part of the same family. The dog family, and it's special, and they don't know it. They don't know it. If you ask a fox, hey, do you know you're a dog? Do you know you're part of the dog family? The fox doesn't know. But maybe deep down in their hearts, when they take naps, they might dream. They might dream, and they might dream we're part of the same family. Aww. Okay, back to the foxes. It's interesting. Foxes are just a little smaller than a medium-sized dog. They're not too big, but they're not too small. They're like medium-sized animals, a little smaller than a medium-sized dog. It's pretty cool. A male fox is called a dog. Huh, it makes sense. They're part of the dog family. A male fox is called a dog. But a female fox is called a vixen. So a male fox is a dog, and a female fox is called a vixen. Yeah, we know what you're thinking. What about the babies, right? What about the babies? Well, baby foxes are called pups. Kind of like baby dogs are called puppies. Baby foxes are called pups. Here are some gray fox pups. I know, super cute gray fox pups. All these pups, incredibly cute. Did you know foxes can hear so well? They've got like superhero hearing skills. But how well can foxes hear? Well, foxes have incredible hearing. They can hear a watch tick from 40 yards away. Oh my goodness, 40 yards away. Think about how amazing that is. When a watch ticks, it's very soft. Tick, 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 tick. From 40 yards away, a fox can hear that. Oh my goodness. So if there's a fox anywhere nearby, they can hear you. Whoa, they're amazing creatures, but where are they found? Where do foxes live? Well, it's cool. Foxes are found all over the world. They can live in any ecosystem, even in deserts, even in the Arctic. Foxes are found all over the world. There are 37 types, but some of those have gone extinct, but there are still tons of types, and they're all over the world. They are also social creatures and have packs just like dogs, but unlike a lot of other dogs, foxes hunt alone. Here's a fox hunting all alone in the snow, and they are great hunters. Foxes are amazing hunters. In fact, foxes are known for being very smart and tricky. And they're not always the hunters. They are often hunted, but are good at avoiding capture. Foxes are featured in many stories and books as tricksters, and sometimes the fox is a symbol of being tricky, of being a trickster. Here's a picture from an old book where the character has the face of a fox, which is a symbol that this character is very tricky, is a very tricky character. It's interesting. Can you think of a story that has a tricky fox in it? There are a lot of them out there. Foxes are medium-sized mammals in the dog family that are found all over the world and are known for being smart and tricky.
Hey, when is it going to be my turn? I want to be in this compilation video too. Okay, let's see. I'm going to teach about amphibians. So I thought I would come out here and go for a walk to try to find some amphibians. Oh, I see something up ahead. What is this? Look at this little cutie coming our way. What? It's not an amphibian? It's a cat? Oh, okay. Let's go to the classroom. Some examples of amphibians are frogs, salamanders, toads, and newts, which are a type of salamander. So what makes amphibians amphibian? Well, they have moist skin and they start their life in water. The word amphibian means two lives because they live the first part of their life in the water and the second part on land. They are born with gills and fins to help them breathe and swim in the water. Then something really cool happens as they grow. They go through a change called metamorphosis and grow lungs and legs to breathe air and walk on land. There's another creature we know of that goes through metamorphosis. Do you remember what it is? That's right! It's butterflies. They change from caterpillars into butterflies and become a different creature, just like the amphibians. Amphibians like to live in wet areas, like forests, swamps, ponds, and rainforests. They eat water fleas, beetles, slugs, and larvae, which are baby insects. And sometimes they even eat each other. Get ready for review game time! We're gonna figure out which of these next few things have to do with amphibians and which ones do not. Our first question is that an amphibian? I'll show you a picture, and you tell me if it's an amphibian or not. Is this an amphibian? Yes, that's an amphibian. It's called a frog. How about this one? Good job. That's not an amphibian. It's a bird. Now let's try this one. Yes, that is an amphibian. It's a salamander. Is this an amphibian? That's right, that is an amphibian. It's a newt, which is a type of salamander. How about this one? Oh, wait a minute! That's Mr. Whiskers! Mr. Whiskers, what are you doing here? Did you know this was a game? It's only a game. Don't worry, we don't think you're an amphibian. Right, guys? See? We don't think you're an amphibian. This last part of the game is called, Is This a Good Home? We're gonna pick what the right homes for an amphibian will be. Does this look like a good place for an amphibian to live? Good job, that's right. Amphibians don't live in the desert. It's too dry there. Does this look like a good home? You're right. This is not a good home for amphibians. It's too cold here. How about this place? Yay, that's right. This is a perfect place for amphibians to live. They love ponds. Great job. The two big things we learned today are that amphibians have moist skin and they start their life in water. Well, you did it. You learned all about amphibians today and you did a great job. Thank you so much for joining me and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.
You have been doing a great job, just like Mike, who's doing these push-ups. You know, he knows it's important to stay fit and to exercise and to stay healthy. And you're like exercising your mind right now, which is super cool. And next, we are going to learn about dolphins. So many of you have wanted a dolphins video. Here it is. It's dolphin time. Strap in for fun and adventure. We're going to learn about dolphins. The first thing we want to learn about dolphins is that dolphins are mammals that spend their lives in the water. A lot of times when people think of mammals, they think of land animals, but dolphins are mammals even though they spend their lives in the water. Mammals that spend part or all of their lives in the water are called aquatic mammals. Dolphins are aquatic mammals. Dolphins are mammals, and here are just 3 of the reasons why we consider dolphins mammals. The first reason we're going to share is that they breathe air. It's true, they breathe air. Fish breathe through gills, but dolphins have to come to the surface to breathe air, and they use their lungs to breathe air, just like we do. Also, mothers produce milk for their young. Fish don't do that. That's something mammals do. So dolphins are definitely mammals because their mothers produce milk for their young. Dolphins are also warm-blooded like other mammals, and they're not cold-blooded like fish are. When you're warm-blooded, that means that your body maintains a fairly constant body temperature above your surroundings. Instead of having the same temperature as the outside world, you have a constant body temperature. There are more reasons too, like the fact that dolphins give live birth to their young. They don't lay eggs like fish do. They give live birth just like human beings do and other mammals do. Aw, dolphin family. So dolphins are aquatic mammals. It's pretty awesome. Just like other mammals, dolphins need water, but they can't drink the water around them because they're usually in salt water, right? So they get all the water they need from the fish they eat. They love eating fish. Do you like eating fish? Yeah, fish is pretty tasty, you know? We gotta eat like dolphins, right? This is interesting. A group of dolphins is called a pod or a school. Do you recognize that term school? That's what a group of fish is called. So you could call a group of dolphins a pod or a school. Now this is fascinating. You could really impress a lot of people by sharing this fact with them. Did you know male dolphins are called bulls? They're called bulls. Wow. I wouldn't think they would be called a bull, but they are. Male dolphins are called bulls. It gets even more strange. You see, female dolphins are called cows. Not all cows say moo, you know. Female dolphins are called cows. And young dolphins are called calves. You might say, why? What's the reason? We don't know. We're not in charge of this stuff. We just share the knowledge with you, okay? Something you might not realize about dolphins is just how smart they are. Sometimes we've seen footage of how they learn tricks very quickly. They do learn things very quickly, but they can even mimic speech patterns. They are incredibly smart. Their brains are huge for the size of their bodies, and they just have a lot going on. They're really smart. Dolphins are not only smart, they're also incredibly sweet, and they're capable of empathizing with other creatures. To empathize means to understand and share the feelings of someone else. Dolphins are not only smart, they're not only caring, but they're also so cute. I mean, dolphins are just amazing, aren't they? We are so happy to have you with us. I mean, you are so awesome. You really are. Oh, you like my poster? Yeah, Mr. Whiskers poster, you know, it's pretty cool, you know. It's a pretty cool poster, pretty cool cat, too. I wonder what he would like to learn about next. If he would learn from one of our videos, what would he like to learn next? How about, let's learn about bats. Bats are so awesome. They are so cool. And you are about to find out why. The first fact we are going to learn about bats is that bats are mammals that fly. Yes, they are the only mammals that are capable of really, truly flying. They've got these wings, and they can maneuver so well. In fact, bats can maneuver in the air better than many birds can. And there are so many different types of these fascinating mammals around the world. In fact, there are over 1,200 species of bats in the world. Over 1,200 species. That means you could learn about a new type of bat every single day, and it would take you over 3 years to learn all of the different types of bats. For example, these two bats are fruit bats or flying foxes. They're called flying foxes because their faces remind people of foxes. They're almost like foxes that are flying in the air. And this is a very interesting type of bat. In fact, these bats can be as large as 4 pounds. Fruit bats, or another nickname of these bats are flying foxes, can get really huge. In fact, they are the biggest bats in the world. Then on the other side of the spectrum, Kitty's hognose bats are the smallest bats in the world. They only get to be about 2 grams, and you can see the size of the bat compared to this person's fingers. Wow, what a tiny bat! They are so small, they are actually nicknamed bumblebee bats because they are about the size of a large bumblebee. In fact, it is believed that these bats may be the smallest mammals in the world. The smallest mammals in the world. So bats can come in all different sizes, right? Oh my goodness, what are you looking at, flying fox, fruit bat? You're so huge, you might get up to be 4 pounds, you're a big bat, and you do look like a fox. That's really weird and really cool, all at the same time, bats are pretty cool. This is a fruit bat or a flying fox, whichever, term you want to use. Just like bats can vary in size, they can also vary in what they eat. Some bats eat some things, other bats eat other things. You see, many bats eat fruit like these guys. They're like, whoa, we're eating fruit. Why are you taking our picture? They are having a great time eating this fruit. Many bats eat fruit. Other bats eat insects. Some bats eat fruit and insects. They're like, hey, we like to eat bugs and fruit. They're all different types of diets that bats have. And some bats just drink blood. What? What? It's true, they're called vampire bats, and there are 3 different types of vampire bats. They live in Central and South America, so those are the only places in the world where you find vampire bats, and they usually bite other animals. They don't usually bite humans, so you don't have to be afraid of these, but they are fascinating, and it's true that they live on blood. So there are so many different types of bats in the world, over 1,200 different types of bats. They come in different sizes, they eat different things, but now we're going to look at a bat joke. It seems like time for a bat joke, especially after talking about the vampire bats, okay? Okay, here's the joke. Why do bats love going to school? Why do bats love going to school? Because that's where they learn the alphabet. Oh my goodness. Get an alphabet instead of alphabet. Okay. Oh, yeah, it's pretty good, pretty good joke. Your friends will like it. Share it with them. They'll laugh. They'll laugh. So, we have talked about how there are tons of bats, over 1,200 different types of bats, and most bats are harmless. They're not going to hurt you. They're not actually that scary. A lot of people are afraid of bats. In fact, bats are a symbol of the holiday Halloween. Some of the reasons why people are afraid of bats is that they are nocturnal. That means they are up at night and they sleep during the day, which kind of makes them sketchy, a little bit scary. A lot of people think they are dangerous, so they're flying around and they think that these flying mammals are really dangerous, but the vast majority of bats are not dangerous. In fact, even of the vampire bats, the ones that carry sickness are less than 1% of the vampire bats, which the vampire bats are just 3 of over 1,200 kinds of bats. Overall, bats are harmless creatures that do fly. They are awake at night, but they're friendly. They're just doing their own thing. By the way, the reason that bats like to fly away when people show up is because a lot of times bats are more afraid of us than we are of them. They just like to be alone, to be with their families, and to do what they want to do, So sometimes in caves, when people come in, the bats fly out because the bats are like, hey, we don't know about these human beings. So bats are pretty cool. They're fascinating creatures, and they're not actually that scary. Wow, Mommy, you're doing such a great job in your race. I had no idea you were an athlete, okay? I mean, with all that cloth wrapped around you, you're doing great. You're doing a great job, just like these kids are doing a great job learning. In fact, how about this? The next thing we're going to learn about is penguins, and this is a video idea from Micah, who's 6 years old, from Menardville, Tennessee. So thank you, Micah. Penguins are birds. They are known for their black and white feathers. Look at them hanging out in this cold climate. They're having a great time. Really social birds. They're just chilling. They're hanging out. They're penguins. They're birds with black and white feathers. Now, in addition to their black and white feathers, penguins are also known for how they waddle. Isn't it funny? The way penguins waddle is fascinating. Do you know how to do that? If you're able to, could you waddle right now? Yeah, just stand up. Yeah, and waddle. Just from this side to this side. It's a funny way that they walk, but that's how they walk. Penguins waddle. Now you might be wondering, oh man, why are they waddling? Don't they fly? Well, it's interesting because penguins are not able to fly. They're one of those types of birds that don't fly. They do have a special skill that kind of looks like flying that we're about to show you. Okay, so what is this special skill that kind of looks like flying? It's actually swimming. Penguins flap their wings when they swim, just like other birds flap their wings to fly. And you can see in this picture, they lift up their wings, then they flap down their wings, and this helps them swim. It's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing. I mean, penguins are great swimmers. In fact, penguins can spend as much as 75% of their time in the water. Some penguins spend more time in the water than above ground on the surface. Alright, here's where we need your help. Yeah, your help. Why do you think they spend so much time in the water? We have a hint here. Think about their food. What food do you think penguins enjoy eating? Another hint, it'd be in the water. What in the water do penguins like to eat? Yeah! Penguins mostly eat fish. They love going in the water, eating those fish. There's other seafood that they enjoy too, but they love their fish, and they love swimming around and hunting for them. Now, okay, here's something you already know. We all know this. Baby penguins are just the cutest ever. I know, and that's just something we all have to deal with in life. A whole nother level of cuteness. But yeah, we've got to talk about these penguin babies, because absolutely cute beyond all measure. Now, like other baby birds, baby penguins hatch from eggs, and most penguins hatch 2 eggs at a time. You can see in this picture, there's an egg in front of this penguin, there's an egg underneath. If you look real closely, you can see that second egg. They usually have 2 eggs. Now, only emperor and king penguins hatch just 1 egg, but those are the largest penguins out there, so I guess it's just their size. They're not able to have 2 at a time, but most penguins have 2 baby birds at a time. And they hatch, and the cuteness has arrived. And here's an emperor penguin couple with a little baby penguin. Remember, emperor and king penguins just have 1 baby at a time. And then the smaller penguin breeds have 2 babies. And here is a chin strap penguin with 2 baby penguins. Now, you might not realize this, there are 20 types of penguins, a lot of types of penguins. We're just going to share 4 with you. The largest are the emperor and king penguins, and you can see them here in these pictures. The emperor penguins are the biggest, right? And the king ones are pretty big too, not as big as the emperor penguins, but still pretty big. Now, you can tell it's a king because it looks like it has orange ears. And it's more yellow with the emperor penguins. You can also tell if it's a king penguin because it's just a little smaller. Now, 2 smaller penguins are the chinstrap and African penguins. Now, the chinstrap penguins look like they have a chin strap on. That's where their name comes from. And these African penguins, this picture was actually taken in South Africa, and they've got black feet, and they're just strictly black and white. And those are pretty small penguins. When they have babies, they have 2 babies at a time. That's true of the chinstrap and of the African. And they're just really cute. They're little smaller penguins. It's pretty cool. Penguins, right? Wow, black and white feathered birds that swim really well, and they waddle, and they eat lots of fish, and they look really cute. Wow, fish. I could get some fish right now. That sounds good. Oh man, I think I'm gonna get some fish just like a penguin. Oh, this is such a heavy cart. Oh my goodness. It's hard work. You know, a lot of times learning can be hard work too, but we hope that these videos are really helpful and make learning fun so that learning isn't hard like pushing this cart. Oh my goodness. Alright, what's the next thing we should learn about? Let's learn about reptiles. This is amazing. This is awesome. You know, the world has many different types of animals. One of the most fascinating types are the reptiles, and you're about to see why. But first, let's meet some of these reptiles. Snakes, turtles, crocodiles, geckos, lizards, and chameleons. Now look at these incredible animals. They're all reptiles. What do they all have in common? We're about to find out what makes all these animals reptiles. First of all, they are covered with scales. Not with hair or feathers, but with scales. Look at this incredible iguana. Oh my goodness, covered in scales. I mean, just look at these scales. These scales are dry and they're waterproof. And they cover the bodies of reptiles just like this iguana. Reptiles aren't covered in fur. They're not covered in hair. They're not covered in feathers. They're covered in these waterproof scales. Look at this massive snake. You can see that the snake is covered with scales. Remember, snakes are reptiles, and reptiles are covered with scales. Look at all these scales. Absolutely covered with these intricate scales. Here's an interesting example of scales. This is an albino alligator, which means the alligator is very pale. And you can see that this alligator is covered with scales, but the alligator also has these bony plates on his back. You can kind of see them there in the corner. Those are not scales, but reptiles also can have those bony plates, but this alligator is still covered with scales. Scales are a big clue that an animal is a reptile. The second thing you need to know about reptiles is reptiles breathe in oxygen. Just like we breathe in oxygen, reptiles have to breathe in oxygen to survive. Now, just like people, reptiles have 2 lungs in their body. Lungs bring in new air and pump out the old air. Even reptiles that live in and near water, like crocodiles and alligators, have to breathe in air to survive. Now this is so fascinating. Did you know reptiles are cold-blooded? Cold-blooded means that their bodies don't keep them warm automatically. They have to have sunlight to keep them warm. Here's a picture of a lizard that's soaking in some sunlight. This is very important for this lizard because, as with all the other reptiles, this lizard is cold-blooded. That means that the temperature of the lizard needs to have sunlight to keep it warm. It doesn't warm automatically. This lizard is cold-blooded. Here's a snake that's in the sunlight. The sunlight is helping to warm the body of this snake. This doesn't happen automatically with the snake's body because the snake is cold-blooded just like the other reptiles. Hey, here's a picture of a chameleon. Chameleons are just so cool. Now, of course, this chameleon is cold-blooded because all of the reptiles are cold-blooded. If they want to get warmer, they have to go to the sunlight because their bodies don't warm them. They're cold-blooded. Wow, right? These are incredible creatures. You know, reptiles, they're covered in these dry, waterproof scales. They breathe in oxygen with those 2 lungs like we do. They're cold-blooded, which is so fascinating. Can you imagine having to lay out in the sun if you wanted to warm your body instead of your body being able to do it on its own? These are fascinating creatures. Hey, do you have a favorite reptile? It's okay, you don't have to tell me, but... Cool. Very cool. Yeah, it's, you figure snakes, turtles, crocodiles, alligators, geckos, lizards, chameleons. Reptiles are just the coolest, aren't they? They're just absolutely amazing. Oh, wow, look, it's the homophone cow! Homophone cow! Homophone cow? You're just walking, you're just gonna ignore me? I see how it is. Okay, so you're upset that we haven't included you in other videos. What do you call this? You're in a compilation video. That's cool, too. Alright, I need to talk to the homophone cow. But in the meantime, let's learn about... tigers. A special thank you to the Smiley family who suggested that we make a tiger video. We're not able to do all the videos people suggest, but sometimes we are, and that's really awesome when that works out. Smiley family, we love the suggestions. Here we go. We're going to talk some tigers. We're talking tigers today. Well, I suppose we should start at the beginning. What are tigers? Well, tigers are massive cats with dark vertical stripes. Here's a picture of a tiger, right? Pretty recognizable, massive cats with those dark vertical stripes that you see. Now, most tigers have reddish-orange fur, but some have grayish-white fur, and you can look at both these pictures. Both these are tigers. That top one is the one most people think of. They usually think of the reddish-orange fur. Most tigers look that way, but not all of them do. But notice, all tigers have dark vertical stripes. That's what makes these cats really recognizable as tigers. Ooh, this is fun. Are you ready for a fun tiger fact? We're going to learn a fun tiger fact right now. Did you know tigers are the largest members of the cat family? It's true. They are the largest members of the cat family. So if anyone ever asks you in your life, What are the largest cats? You'll tell them, tigers. Tigers! Tigers are the largest! How cool is that? If you think, what's the largest member of the cat family? Tigers. Tigers are huge. It's insane. Did you know tigers can get 11 feet long? That's a whole foot longer than a full-sized basketball goal. 11 feet. Huge. These are huge cats. And tigers can weigh as many as 660 pounds. They're super long. They're super huge. They are the biggest cats in the cat family. Tigers are huge cats. But tigers aren't always that size. Yeah, when they're babies, they are so small and so cute. Now, do you know what baby tigers are called? Uh-huh. They're called cubs. Tiger babies are called tiger cubs. Now, we're going to get some help from some friends of ours to find out what these baby tigers, these tiger cubs, sound like. Our first helper is Caleb. Go ahead, man. Wow! Whoa, buddy, that was awesome. That was so cool. Now we're going to get help from our friend Lydia. So cool. Thank you, Lydia. Caleb and Lydia, thanks for helping us out there. Wow, tiger cubs are awesome. Now this is interesting. The cubs stay with their mother until they are 2 to 3 years old, and then they're ready to move out on their own. That means most of you, if you were tigers, wouldn't even be cubs anymore. You would be grown-up tigers with your own territories, your own lands, and you would be in charge. Wow, we have another fun tiger fact just for you and everyone else who watches this video. Did you know tigers can't purr like other cats? Tigers can roar and make lots of noise. In fact, they usually just roar to communicate with other tigers, to let other tigers know, hey, this is my land, or hey, this is my family. Back up. You need to give me space. That's how they communicate. They roar. But they can't purr. They can't purr. Don't ask a tiger to purr. A tiger can't purr like other cats. Not like Mr. Whiskers, no. When Mr. Whiskers wants dinner, oh, the purring starts and everything is good, everything is fine. But tigers, they just roar. They don't purr to get their way. They don't purr to communicate. They roar. I wonder if I can pet this tiger like I do Mr. Whiskers. No? Not a good idea? Alright, let's get out of here then. Okay, let's just move right along. Now, where do tigers live? Where can you find tigers in their natural habitat? Where do tigers live? Well, tigers live in the continent of Asia. Tigers live in Asia. Remember, Asia is in the top right-hand corner of the world map. It's colored yellow here on this map. So, while there are tigers in different parts in the world, in different zoos and other places, tigers are from Asia, and their natural habitat is in Asia. Tigers live in Asia. Can you say that with me? Say, tigers live in Asia. Oh my goodness, you gotta impress your friends with that. It's so cool that you know that. You gotta impress your friends. Tigers live in Asia. Now, unfortunately, a lot of the forests the tigers live in have been cut down. Thankfully, there are organizations like the World Wildlife Fund that protect the homes of these tigers so they can live their lives in peace and safety, because these are such amazing animals and they do deserve to have a safe place to call home. Wow, tigers, tigers, the largest cats in the world. They live in Asia. Their babies are called cubs. They don't purr, and they need their homes to be protected. They're massive cats that are known for those dark vertical stripes on their coat that tells you, hey, I'm a tiger and I'm absolutely awesome. And we hope that after watching this video, you love tigers half as much as we do. Wow, you completed the video. That is so impressive. Well, you might notice there's a circle right here on this video page that you can click to subscribe to our channel, or you can click this rectangle to go to another one of our videos. But keep learning. Learning is so cool.